this book.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, how are you doing?
Well, good to see you.
I'm sorry. I thought.
It's gonna be done. It's not just.
Who's vice president?
Right.
Oh, I would think so.
Okay. We're good.
Okay, we're a little late getting started, and that's all my fault, so let's go ahead and get started. We have Brian absent. Anybody else absent? Brian. So
Linda's up there.
I saw Linda. She's doing great. And so we need an excuse absence. Do
I'll make the motion. We excuse Brian.
I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Minutes from last week. Everybody had a chance to look those over. We sent those earlier in the week.
Yes.
Carolyn did find 2 corrections. Hopefully we got those.
They were just little typos.
It could have been intentional. We don't know.
Maybe see if we're paying attention, because I read it, I didn't see any typos.
It says 27th still. Am I wrong? It's not just, oh, no, that's the
That's-
ribbon cutting. That's,
That's for the story trail.
so that was, it looks like
Oh.
we only had one.
Okay.
So where was the one? I want to see what I missed.
Well, we took out 2. I think
Oh,
2
you
was in
already fixed
there.
it? You fixed it? Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
just the next one.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, Jeff, I'm not seeing the red sign that I usually see showing that it's live.
It says live up there at the top.
Yeah, it does for us.
Okay,
Yep. Thank you.
sorry.
No, thank you.
Carolyn gets a sticker.
I
Yeah,
get
she
it.
does.
Okay, so I guess that he did make the one correction that you found, and the other one wasn't a correction. So I guess minutes are as amended
Yeah.
by our teacher. Okay. Do we have any correspondence or public participation?
We do not.
So let's move on to the Director Fiscal Officer's report.
All right, everybody should have April there in front of them. Our PLF was 419146. We've collected about 33% of our total budget for the year, and we should be right around 33%. Total revenues collected for the year are about 40%. So we're in good shape through April there. Total expenses through April. Well, for April we're 67,82736. And then for the year 261,26266. And then for the year we have a net gain so far of 114,701.89. Do have one donation to report, unrestricted donation, May 20th. Donation jar for $100.03.
We need a motion to accept that $100 and the 3 cents.
I make a motion that we accept the money.
Second,
I'll second.
all those in favor, please say aye.
Hi.
All those opposed, same sign. You get to keep the money. Good. All right.
All right, so second page there, you'll just see our expenses through April. Right, again, we should be around 33% of expenses. Salaries, benefits, we're about 28.5%. Supplies, we've only spent about 16%. Purchase contract services, we're about 18%. Library materials, we're about 28%. We pay a lot of our dues and memberships up front, so that's why that amount is so high percentage wise for the year. But for the year, we've only paid about 24% of our budgeted expenses for the year. Next page, you'll just see that we have the building funds there ready. We have some money encumbered there for Library Design Associates. And then the major repair fund, you'll see that we'll spend some out of it for the parking lot resealing that we're doing hopefully on Friday, but no, with the rain coming in, so we'll see how that works out, but that's why we blocked off the entire weekend. And then the server should be upgraded on Friday as well. So it may be down for a few hours or up to 24 hours as we connect over to the new server. Our fund balances at the end of April. General fund 991-39306. Building fund 274-78469. Major repair fund 113,12586. Technology fund 15-23446. All funds $1,394,538.07. And our checking account balance was $29,949.96. The last page of the financial statement, we did have 4 expenses over a monthly average. Rents and leases, that's our second quarter UAN fees for accounting software. Telephone, we just had 2 invoices that kind of overlap with each other, so we paid 2 in 1 month. And then periodicals, that was our Columbus Dispatch subscription. And interlibrary loan, that's our second quarter CLC dues for the transportation costs to Columbus for transporting materials. And then you'll see our money market account down below there. Interest rates really aren't moving right now, really staying the same. I do not have any transfers to report.
Bills to be paid. A couple pages there. Take a chance to look at that. Any questions? Trip to Brazil for somebody I don't understand. What's all about. Ohio School of Falconry, is that one of the,
Summer reading.
Summer reading
how
program.
cool is that?
Yep.
It'll be on June 7th.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hopefully that one's outside, right?
Yeah, that one's outside, yes.
Good job.
That would be kind of fun to do it inside, wouldn't it?
What's Windfall Farms? Just-
So they are mowing our back lot now. Mike Harsh retired from mowing our back lot, and they've taken over. I think they're off of Gale Road, actually. Yeah, Refugee Road, yeah. So he's
Phillips.
taken that over, kept it the same price, so that's for 1 mowing.
We need a motion to pay the bills, so I can sign all this.
I'll move it and pay the bills.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor of paying the bills, please signify by saying aye.
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 Same sign. Motion carries.
Okay, so our circulation report is very interesting. This we were closed all of April last year. So I'm not gonna go through the figures. I'm just gonna say that our e-researchers are down 25%. But I think that is because patrons are returning to using the library and they like coming to the building itself to check out items.
So there was this many people like out in the parking lots with me last year.
Yeah.
That's huge. Wow.
For ebooks,
Yeah.
so they can get that at home.
Yeah, they can do that
Oh,
now.
Yeah, they
okay.
don't, yep,
They can do that.
yep.
Yeah, so,
It wasn't the people that were in their cars. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah,
drive.
I'm sure some of them were, but yeah. So that, so yeah, it might not be until probably June, because that's when we had a full month that we were open, that we'll really see.
Yeah.
What the error is.
When did we start curbside? Do you remember?
That was May, is middle of May.
Okay.
That is interesting.
New patrons up 69,000%.
That's great.
6,900.
You guys are really a great job.
100%.
412,000%. Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, we'll put this one out for a little while.
That is amazing. Okay. Questions, comments? Old business then.
All right, Linda, I'm sorry you're not here, and I just now thought of this.
Uh-oh.
But there is a rendering of just space design right now. Email.
Take a picture of it with your phone.
Yeah, I could, but I won't. But thank you. That helps.
I'm having a hard time reading it as well.
So what I'll do, Linda, is I'll forward this to you. It's a PDF, and I can forward it to you after the meeting.
You know, are you open tomorrow?
Yes.
I'll be in.
Okay. I'll have a copy for you to take a look at.
Okay.
Basically, what you see in front of you on the right side, that's the existing building. So it's approximately 9,400 square feet. This is the second draft. So I'm not showing you the first draft. We made some adjustments to it after the first draft. And this is really just for, think of it as bubbles, as pieces that can move around on a board. So we're just trying to get everything in its right location now and trying to figure out the square footage that we need. Right now, the plan for the existing building is really a large meeting space over in the adult area is currently set up. And then there would be a smaller meeting room that has a capacity of about 25 off of it. And then storage area. As you would come in the front doors now, it would be like a foyer area, meeting room foyer area. And the meeting rooms would be off to your left as you walked in. And then off to your right as you walked in would be kind of the boardroom, the executive offices, more storage space and that sort of stuff. At first, we had kind of public areas split between the two buildings, and I didn't like the flow of it. So we tried to move over here admin side and meeting room space that it's not always going to be used, but it also is going to have a separate entrance that could be keyed. So you could come in after hours and use it after hours too, but not have it be able to get into the new side of the building and be able to get into the admin side as well. So that's the thinking right now on that side. As you'll see on the bottom there, it has like kind of family toilets, janitor storage, clothes storage. That stuff's not included in the building right now because the existing restrooms that we have are ADA compliant unless the architect comes in and says otherwise. So if the architect comes in and says, no, you can't, then we would have to kind of get those family toilets and codes and that kind of stuff into this design. But we don't think it's needed right now. She drew circles in the men's room and women's room to show that a wheelchair can have enough space in the current existing to move around. So we're hoping that's okay, but until the architect gets their hands on it, we really don't know. As you move over to the new space and just give a little update on that, I've talked to the city. I've been in contact with the utilities department. I have a meeting with the utilities director Thursday to come over and look at the sewer line and show them what our plans were for 2004 and how there was a connector to see if we are still okay with building it that way before we get too far in the process. And there was a parking lot that went over top of the sewer line in 2004 and the city okayed it. Now, I don't know if things changed since then. It's been 17 years, 18 years. But he's coming over to take a look at it and we'll start those conversations before we get too far in the process. On the left-hand side, you'll see the public entrance at the top there. That's where we're thinking the public entrance would be. Again, we just got these today, so we really haven't moved any of these pieces around on this side. But the blue area is the help desk as you walk in, a workroom, self-checkout, storage, offices, staff lounge back in the back, drive-through through the top there. That's off the staff workroom. And then we have a maker space in the teen area and that closer to the front desk to kind of keep an eye on things. Not that teenagers aren't distracting. And then in the middle, technology coordinator, storage, and server, was kind of out by the Internet Business Center, to help with that area for internet computers, study rooms off of that, more open seating. I like the idea of having some sort of outside covered patio area that adults can go out to relax. So we're trying to work that into the design somehow. Children's area, craft story times kind of tucked down in the lower left-hand side. I guess that would be the southwest side of the addition. And then some children's office area, assistant office, just for expansion if she does have an assistant. And then you have the adult collection over on the west side of the building of the expansion. So initial thoughts or questions of, are we heading in the right direction?
I think this is a really nice way of dividing it up. I remember you saying that, now I understand what I'm looking at. This is a really, it makes sense that we have a side that's a library and we have a side that's administrative and meeting, rather than mixing that together. This is really good. Now, and you don't know about the parking. What is makerspace? Pardon me, ignorance.
So that's
does that
it's kind of a wish list that we have. So, you know, it's not that much square footage, but we're thinking sewing machines or like a green screen to be able to do podcasts, or somebody can, a 3D printer, that kind of stuff that people can come in and sign up for and use those types of equipment.
Is it possible to have like the space or the wall between the two so that it could be opened up,
Between what two?
the maker space and the team room? In
Um,
case you needed more space for it.
I don't know if we want that
Makerspace.
opened up. We want that kind of closed off
Yeah.
with the equipment that's in there, because it's kind of a sign up and use type of thing.
Well, you could still always close it off if it was the kind of wall, but I don't know, it's just a thought.
A curtain,
Well, the lock.
one of those kind of,
Yeah. I don't know if that would be a need or not,
yeah.
to make that bigger.
But it's a lot to take in, because I've been looking at this all day and moving stuff around in my head even.
The maker space. I keep thinking I'll go up to Mount Vernon. Have you ever been to the Mount Vernon Library?
No,
Years ago, I mean, I've been retired 9 years. I remember reading about that library, and maybe School Library Journal or one of those things. And I believe they were one of the first ones to have a big.
Really?
And I keep thinking, I'm gonna go, I'm going to do it. It might be obsolete by now. It probably moved on to something else because it's been so many years. Unless I don't remember what I read.
They changed it with
But,
the
yeah,
times,
sure.
you know, yeah.
But this will triple the size of the library.
Oh, yeah.
This is 200% almost of the original existing.
and then, so I went back and looked, the one in 2004 that was being proposed was a 40,000 square foot addition.
Yeah, it was sweet. Remember, we had spray painted out there. Doing tours.
You had talked, I think, about having a public area, like a room that community could have a small meeting or. Is that?
That would probably be over here, the large meeting room on this side. So you've got the large meeting room that has its separate entrance. It's 132 capacity, but there's also a smaller one
Okay.
that's 25 there, that's kind of walled off and not connected to that larger one. And it does have a kitchenette in there included.
Okay.
But that way too, you can use these entries to after hours and not get into the rest of the building, basically.
Now, my other question is that from a management perspective, the going back and forth between the buildings, is that going to affect, how do you feel it's going to affect the ability to manage staff? They're going to have staff that are going to be more autonomous, it looks like, on the
Yeah,
other
there'd be
side.
like a.
I think it'll be okay, and I have thought about that, and I view it more as a, I think of a two-story building, you know, that kind of view, and I think of how Newark is set up, and their director's up on the top floor, and really the circulation's down below, and you got the other levels. It's just, it's more of you still have to get out and mingle.
Yeah,
You
you'll
just
have to
can't
do some
stay-
walking around with this.
Yeah, you
Management
can't
will walking
just stay in
around.
the office for sure, but also, this has potential for growth for having a circ manager as well, at that point, if needed. And it's really myself, Mary, and Kelly that would be over in this area. And I've also thought about where there's like an admin waiting room. I don't know if you can see where it says that next to the kitchenette admin lounge. I've even thought, I haven't talked to library design about this, but having an office there for future, for an administrative assistant of sorts, for growth. I don't think we need one now, but it might be something that we may need in the future.
And the boardroom's more for in-house meetings rather than the.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and staff, we'd be able to use that for staff too, as we have vendors come in and talk to us or that type of.
And they're gonna eat in there. I'm just telling you. They will eat in there.
Well, there's a staff lounge back here on the new existing side. Behind. the
Still gonna
surf
smell
desk.
like pizza, I'm just saying.
Well, for breeze it before the board.
I like
Yeah, I see
pizza
this.
smell. It's okay.
This is good. Thank you.
Any other initial thoughts? Are we heading in the right direction?
Oh, I think so. Check marks just about everything we said I can't think of anything that it doesn't answer that we said we wanted.
Okay. Now, these pieces, I'm pretty comfortable with the existing building side, the way it's laid out mostly, but the pieces on the other side might move a little bit.
Yeah.
I got to talk to Mary and Matt, Kelly about it.
The only thing I'm thinking also, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because when the kids come in, there's a lot of traffic with kids. And they would basically be tromping across, all the way across the library to get there, it looks like, right?
Mhm.
So that could be a really good thing, or it could be problematic. The other question I had is the public entrance and the entrance to the building. So you're gonna have traffic coming out of the parking lot. You don't know if there's parking lot over there, but there's definitely a parking lot here. Which entrance are they gonna be using? I mean, the help desk is right there, but do we really need two entrances? It's
So-
out of a second parking lot.
Yeah, there's gonna be an additional parking lot. Think of the parking lot now, it's probably extend down that way.
If we're able to.
And even behind the building. If I could show you the 2004 blueprints, the parking lot went all the way down the west side and then down south, even the back on the back side of the building. But the public entrance, I would say, would be the new one there into the new building. And then the only time the other ones would be opened up on the existing building is if there's a meeting going on. I foresee those being locked most times unless there's a scheduled meeting over there.
You know, I'm also wondering if the covered patio will be used as an egress, if that's gonna be fenced off, or if people are gonna be able to come in and out of there. I'm just-
No, I would have it fenced off. I would fence that off and it would be a covered patio of sorts.
The children's.
And I don't know if I like it over there or not.
So I guess the sun in the morning and the early afternoon.
Last year, they were.
Yeah.
So two separate buildings. Essentially, is this in the sewer?
Yeah, the sewer line basically where it says easement, right in the middle there. Yeah, it basically goes right there.
And then is there a cover over these two, or roof or something?
Yeah, there would be, yes. It wouldn't just be an open walkway. It would be some sort of connector, like a catwalk or something.
And Gail, we actually had it in the original, I'm just thinking back with Matt. They actually were worried about paving it over because the parking lot, they were saying they might have I recall, it was like gravel or something in the middle of the parking lot. So you have a parking lot, this gravel thing, and then more parking lot. They actually had it set up that way, so they can always get access to it. The problem is the city, whoever, might need to be able to
Get it.
Get into it.
drive in with something, get a ditch witch in there or something like that.
So I think they
That's
talked
two
about even
separate-
like a bridge.
Yeah, we talked about a bridge.
Yeah.
And then would this one need to be upgraded, do you think, with all the problems?
Yeah, I would say so. If you think of what what would go on this side, obviously the interior is gonna be totally different. But at that point, you're gonna need a new roof. This roof's
Right. Yeah.
18 years old, probably 19 years. I would say it'd be HVAC roofing, it'd be pretty much a gut. And the cost of lumber isn't too bad right now. Hopefully it'll come back down to earth by the time we get to that stage.
I thought it was because of COVID and it was, the stuff couldn't get down from Canada. So I was on the phone with my cousins, we had a family get together over the Victoria Day, which was yesterday. And they said, no, it's even worse than that. The price of lumber. And we were comparing prices, so that's not like this. So I guess they aren't growing trees anymore or something. Shortage of trees up in Canada.
Okay, well, take this home and Linda, come and pick your copy up tomorrow
I will.
and, sleep on it. We probably won't meet with Matt for another week or two, but if you have any additional thoughts, feel free to send me an email or give us a call and we'll see what we'll get figured out.
You said to sleep on, it's gonna
Oh,
get
that's
all
right.
wrinkled.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to bend it, so I'm putting it in here.
Okay, so anything else on modern library?
It's
No?
your copy.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah.
Services during COVID-19 modifications.
So we're pretty much back to normal now. We've got all of our quarantine material checked in today. So that's all caught up, mostly show. I think there still might be working through some things. The internet terminals, I think, are gonna be all open back up today. We're working on getting the study room back up and running. The only thing that's really different at this point are the hours. It's still, we don't have the extra hour in the morning and we're missing 2 hours Tuesday through Thursday. We close at 6 instead of 8. Don't know if those will come back or not. Monday nights are still pretty slow as far as I know, but that might change with summer reading program coming on.
When does that start?
The first, June first.
June
Oh,
1st,
cool,
yeah.
all right, great.
Yeah, after the parking lot's repaved, hopefully. And then we are going to be doing outside story time too, starting that same week, right?
I'll call you back,
Yes.
okay?
Okay.
June.
June 1st, so
I'm
just
gonna
after
meet it.
Memorial Day. But the hope is to get to in-person story times in the fall. 2 of the summer reading programs are going to be inside. The rest of them should be outside. But we're almost back to what we were.
Yay, it's exciting.
All right, library levy.
So included in your packet is the next resolution that needs to be requested to go to the Southwest Licking School District. I won't read through the whole thing, but it's requesting the Southwest Licking Local School District, Licking and Fairfield Counties, Ohio, to submit to electors of the Pataskala Public Library Service Area the question of a renewal with an increased tax levy for current expenses of the Pataskala Public Library. The county auditor certified the above referenced tax will generate $805,759 during the first year of collection, based on the current assessed valuation of the school district of $925,527,355.
Our little country town.
So the next step is this will go to the school board, and then the school board will need to approve it to place it on the ballot. Our current levy collects about 330,000 a year.
This will be for 5 years. So
Yep.
Take care of that, do construction. need a motion to go ahead and accept this document before I sign it.
I'll make the motion.
I'll probably have you sign this one.
Okay, and do I have a second?
Need money on it.
Okay. All right, and all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
It is
Aye.
actually.
Oh, roll call
It's
vote.
gotta be a roll
No
call.
problem.
Dalgarn,
Hi,
Hummel,
Aye.
Duval,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye.
Sussman.
Aye.
Awesome. Motion passes, and we'll see if it passes the voters.
And we'll just have you sign this after.
That's fine.
Yep.
I'll be signing one.
Yep.
Story trail.
It's Thursday. It snuck up on me. So it'll be a ribbon cutting Thursday at 6 o'clock. Municipal Park. Chamber's been invited out, so hopefully we get some chamber members out. We did a social media blast starting yesterday, and we put it out. And then been in contact with Suzanne. Everything's looking good. She sent me over a rendering of the pictures and everything. I haven't really had much time to go through each one individually, but there is a YouTube link that we'll put out. If you can't go to the park, we'll put out the YouTube link after we do the ribbon cutting, so you can all take a look at it. It is, I forget the actual title of it now.
Kindness is all I have.
Yeah.
I looked at it today.
Pataskala is my kind of town. Kindness unites. So hopefully we get some people out to it. Hopefully next year we can get some back to normal and invite organizations back out to it and make it a bigger event. We're just in a gray area type of spot this year to do that.
Very good. Excellent. New business.
Circulation policy. We talked as a staff and as administration. I think we want to increase the maximum number of items that can be checked out on card at one time, from 50 to 75. And then the maximum number of DVDs or CDs that can be checked out at one time from 10 to 20. And this would also be the same for the educator card. It would be moving that total to 75 items. That's why you'll have the educator card policy. So those motions actually can be done under one. The other change, it seems to be very popular, the free printouts from internet computers up to 20 pages. I would like to make that a policy, just to have free printouts and free faxing up to 20 pages. Color printouts, we will charge 25 cents. It's just the ink's a little bit more expensive on those.
Very reasonable. So we need a motion to accept these edits to the circulation policy, changes to circulation policy.
You want to do it under one for circulation and
Well, I guess we've got it.
educator card?
Oh, we have this set up. Well, it's actually, it's O-2 and O-3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we could do them both. So when we say changes to circulation and educator cards, O-2 and O-3. Sorry. So, motion to go ahead and accept these edits.
I second.
People can binge out.
Sorry. I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
hi.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
United Way and Flags Over Pataskala, years past, the board has sponsored a flag for Flags Over Pataskala. I think the board members have given to it in the years past. If you didn't bring anything tonight, that's fine. I don't mind writing a check for it. And then if you want to bring money for it and give it to me, that's fine. But I am gonna do a gold sponsor on behalf of the board and the library. And then whenever you want to bring anything, it's $200. I'm okay with chipping in too. But whatever.
$2?
Whatever you want to give towards it is fine. I don't need it tonight.
So
That's
we each
like
had
double.
25, that was pretty much covered with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's what we did last
You would
I
get
think
both
so.
both of those dollars, just like you said. You did it $2. just like that.
Do it, Jeff. An excuse I couldn't
Yeah, because I'll just write a check myself to it.
I didn't bring the checkbooks, but I
That's what I was worried
You're good.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll get you afterwards.
You're fine. And then the other one is United Way. I thought this would be a good sponsorship for the library to pay for. For their 5K race that they're having, the Red, White, and United 5K on July 4th. If the board's okay with it, I recommend a $250 sponsorship. Will be recognized on social media, and then we'll have a logo on the back of the race t-shirt as well.
It's good.
I don't think it needs a motion. I'm just paid out of, because the money's already in the budget, just paid out of
It's
promotions.
promotional.
Flags is, Senator.
Yes, that is
Okay.
Rotary Club.
Okay, June, July board meetings.
Oh, and I was gonna say too, I was gonna put on, you can designate an honor of for the flag. I was put Don Baca.
I was just gonna ask you if we could do that, or if there were other people
Yep.
that we would leave out if we did it for Don, but,
I'm comfortable with doing that.
oh, good. Good. I just was gonna ask you that.
June and July board meetings. So when I was looking forward at the calendars, the June board meeting is gonna fall during the week of my youngest daughter's tournament that I coach their team. And the July board meeting is gonna fall when I'm on Myrtle Beach. So, I
Can't we
was,
just come to Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, you put us up.
I was going to ask if we could move those board meetings. It would be June 29th and July 29th. The June 29th is still a Tuesday. It's just a week later. And then the July 29th is actually a Thursday night. I'll be back from the beach on that Tuesday. We drive back, so.
So they're both on the 29th.
Yes, but one's a Tuesday night, one's a Thursday night. Does that sound okay to everybody?
It's good on my calendar.
We would actually need a motion for that, to change both those dates to 5 o'clock.
How is that, how does it look on your calendar?
I'm good.
So the 29th is a Thursday.
Yep, the July 29th is a Thursday. Yep.
So need a motion to change these two meeting dates to the 29th.
I'll make the motion.
Need a second.
Okay, all those in favor of moving the June and July dates both to the 29th of the respective months? We need somebody to move that.
We got it. We
Okay.
got the motion.
So,
We need to vote.
we need to have a vote on it, I'm sorry. Mentally doing something else. So all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
All right.
Do you have two others?
Maybe go to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It'll be
Um,
crowded and hot anyway.
So the two others is just to let you know that the auditors are coming on June 7th and 8th. So I just got a phone call yesterday and we've got that set up. It is going to be another agreed upon procedures for the third audit cycle in a row. They've made the exception to do that because of COVID. But they'll be out June 7th and 8th to look at 2019 and 2020. 2020 will be an interesting year for them to look at.
So we can show them those statistics, how much better we're doing since
Yeah.
then. All right.
Need a new building.
So thank you very much, everyone.
Got
And-
one more.
Oh, one more.
Yep.
Other.
One more other is a Crookshank. I did get a quote in from Crookshank to replace our water fountain with a automatic bottle filler, water fountain and water fountain attached to it. And the cost is $2,648. They're not cheap.
Is that, did you talk to, do you have other quotes and they were? Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's the only one I got because they're a local, they're the ones that did the one for Alexandria Library. If you want me to get other quotes, I will. If you feel like that's too high of an expense to do for the library, then that can be discussed.
I think it's kind of steep.
I think Crookshank is expensive, but I've not found any others that are,
But you don't know any cheap plumbers?
no.
Neither do
They charged me almost $400 to replace the inside back of my toilet,
I'm so happy. my husband.
but just the inside. But never fear, a new one's $900 installed.
Is this?
It's still cheaper than the drinking fountain. We could put
Is this prices?
the toilet.
I don't really have, the only one I have it to compare to is what they did in Alexandria. And his quote was around the same price for what they did.
What's the breakdown of the labor versus the actual machine itself?
That is not on here. When I looked up
Yeah.
the machine online, they were anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000.
Crookshank
Just for the
doesn't give
machine.
you an itemized, they give you a quote of this is what it is to do the work.
Well, I guess if the machine costs that much, we're
Is,
getting the
are
bargain.
there any other options that other libraries are using other than this?
I mean, we
I think
don't,
we could ask, right? I mean,
we don't have to replace the water fountain, but I thought, I mean, that water fountain's 1986.
Yeah,
it's
original.
but it's all the lead is crusted over, now, so we're safe.
What are your thoughts?
It includes a warranty, a year warranty.
Tell the customers to bring their own water, and if they run out, they can go home and get more.
I think it would be nice to have a bottle.
Yeah,
We have,
It is the new. norm,
Yeah, most high schools, well, at least, and I don't know, probably most of the high schools have those.
We have them at college, but they were the ones for the regular sized bottles, and the athletes, they have these gallon things, and they
Yeah.
fit in there. So it's
Yeah.
like a waste of money. You never see them using it.
Yeah.
They're in the bathrooms filling up in there instead.
and from a budget perspective, there's about $9,500 right now in our furniture and equipment budget. So that's would take it just under $7,000 for the rest of the second half of the year, which I'm comfortable with.
Let's get a second. I still think we could use it.
Okay, so this quote's good for 30 days, but I'm sure that he would extend it out if he needed to.
I know the prices have gone up on everything.
Oh, right.
And,
But there's no inflation.
oh, I know,
Okay.
so I hear. But if they are very good about problems. Like if you have an issue there.
Would anybody suggest another plumber to me?
I know there's the plumbing and drain professionals that's supposedly here local but they're gonna be about the same price, so.
Be okay if I look outside of Pataskala?
Just get a quote.
Houston is good out
No,
of Newark, yeah.
I used, actually, that's what we use.
Houston?
We had used.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay, I will get a second quote and bring it to the next board meeting.
Thank you.
How long will it take, do you know, to install one of those once we do it?
Well, it depends on, the supply chain, to be completely honest. He said it'd probably take a month to get one in. So once you order it, it's gonna be a month to get it in and then install it. I'm sure it's a day to install it. So if we wait another month, I'm guessing it's not gonna be put in until August or September.
Do you have to have a motion for us, or can we just say, if you get another quote and it's about the same thing,
Go forward.
would we just want to go ahead and do it? Because
I
you-
can get, so there's money in the budget that I can just do it without your approval. Of course, I can send it out to you through email. But I will tell you that it took Crookshank 3 weeks to get out to me to even give me an estimate. So I'm worried that when I do call another plumber, they're still gonna say, you're gonna have to give me a couple weeks to get to you. It's just, I think people are hurting right now for employees. And getting a quote out to somebody is probably low on their list of things to do. I actually had to schedule it with them. So I don't know, maybe other plumbers won't be this way, but that seems to be what I'm running into. Even the cabinet that we ordered for the
Oh, the seed
seeds, that
library,
was supposed to come in.
It was supposed to
Beginning
come
of
in
June.
March.
Well, it was supposed to be March and it got pushed to
Yeah.
beginning of June. I think it's late June now.
Right.
I mean, they just keep pushing it back and it's just a cabinet. It's nothing
Right.
fancy.
Yeah.
But I think that's just the supply chain right now.
In the meantime, can this go up? It's good
He
for
says good
30
for 30
days.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for 30 days, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my opinion. If you want to jump on it, that's fine. You guys want?
I don't know, I'm just asking it, what,
Like if you called Houston and just said, this is what we're looking at, can you just give me a price range without coming out for?
Right, but I don't want to just get a price range because that's, to me, that's not quote. I want something on paper. They're gonna want to come out and take a look at it, just to see the space and what
I'm
kind of wall
okay
they
if
knock
you call one
out.
of the other plumbers and they say, oh, it's gonna be 2 or 3 weeks before we can even get out to give you a quote of just going ahead with them.
Maybe that's the way to
Yeah.
go forward.
That's kind of-
So we'll try to get another quote if we can, in a reasonable time. We'll just go with,
And if they don't give me a quote within a certain amount of time,
just go with it.
So,
Then just go with what we have.
is that too open-ended?
no.
You
I
can
can manage
do, I trust your judgment. And whatever you,
Let me call Carrie over at Alexandria too, because I want to see if she got any other quotes when she got hers replaced last year.
Oh,
Because I
Yeah,
thought,
that's a good idea.
I don't know if they got other quotes or not, but if she did, let me call her and see if what
That's a
her
great
quotes
idea,
were.
a couple $1,000 is sort of where I would think we want a second quote. That's kind of where I'm coming from. But
I don't have trouble with that, I was just wondering
no,
if it were gonna be all summer.
but like you said, if everything's just ground to
Might be
halt, we need to
needed
get
this
this done this summer. then
Well, I mean, you're already gonna be, if I called to send it to him tomorrow, I'm sure it'd be 4 to 6 weeks before he would even come out here and put it in. So,
And I'm kind of funny, but if the quotes are close, I'd rather hear those. Like my funny opinion.
Yeah,
No, I
yes.
agree. I agree with that.
so within $100, like, what am I looking?
Close, close.
What's the definition of?
what we
call
50
budget?
cents. Yeah,
Okay,
use your judgment on what you think is the best route to go, in my
We trust
opinion.
okay. I will see if Carrie had another quote for hers. I don't know if she did or not. If not, then I'll try to give another one a call and see what I get. And then you'll come next month and there won't be a water fountain. Because
A cold wall.
that's 4 to 5 weeks anyways.
Oh, well.
It'll be a little while.
Hopefully when it gets in there, no extra plumbing that has to be done.
Yeah, and they told me too, the way they're made now, they're longer than what we currently have over there. So he goes, do you have any paint to match up the paint? And I said, no, just put flashing or something behind it. So that's what they-
I just used Glassmeyer Plumbing last month for a new toilet. They were out of Heath, but they came like the next day. And they came that afternoon, gave me the quote, and we're back the next day and installed it. It's Glasmeier. And I did like them a lot. And I wonder, because all the universities have the bottle filling stations now, and maybe they would have one in stock or closer because of COTC and the branch and Denison and
That's
I don't
That's a
know.
good thought.
Okay.
Just if it gives you another option of something. And I did like the guy that came out,
Okay.
did the work.
And you're satisfied with what he did?
Yes, very much so. Wasn't satisfied with the cost, but it didn't
Right.
seem to have any.
Over $1,000 toilet.
$875 for a new toilet. Installed. Sorry.
I want to tell Ray how much he saved. He'll want that much money in his pocket.
Well, that was a project I wasn't willing to tackle on my own, but
Any other questions or
Are we still on the air?
Yep.
you're still on the air?
Good.
Toilets here.
I gotta say, so, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dismiss, adjourn and dismiss, and we will get back together on the 29th of June.
29.
yeah.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow, Linda.
All right, see ya.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.